week I said that I would finish up the Joseph story, and I'm going to. But before we start on that, I just want to repeat the saying that I repeated at the beginning of the video and then at the middle. We already went through all like his brothers, the famine, he was in jail, and now we're back to the point. If you want to recap on what the video is about, you can go back to the video. And if you haven't seen that video, go back to the video. Yeah, these videos, I can't have them super long, then people won't click on them because they'll be like, oh, it's so long, I don't want to watch all that. So yeah, and on me, blame it on the small attention span of America. Don't blame it on. So to start off the story, Joseph's brothers visit Egypt for grain, because the famine isn't only in Egypt, it's also in like the surrounding countries in Egypt. The Bible says the rest of the world, but I'm just gonna go with the rest of the world because that's what it says, but I'm pretty sure it's the rest of like the discovered world that has gone into famine, like around Egypt. Okay. And they go to Egypt to go get some grain, because Egypt's the only place, because of Joseph and God using Joseph, that has grain, because nobody else knew the famine was coming, because Pharaoh's the one that had the dream and Joseph's the one who interpreted it. So yeah, it wasn't like there was broadcasts on Snapchat, oh, there's gonna be a famine, guys. Yeah, and even if it was, who would really believe? Okay, they're going to get grain for Egypt. Joseph recognizes them, is like, yo, those are my brothers that sold me into slavery, man. Like, that ain't cool. I'ma kind of mess with them a little bit. So Joseph, he said, oh, are you guys spies to see how weak Egypt is, and to steal our grain and stuff like that? And his brothers were like, no. And they eventually bowed at the feet of Joseph, which the other video, and if you didn't, go look at the other video. Joseph had a dream when he was younger, before his brothers sold him into slavery. This dream is kind of what caused his brothers to sell him into slavery, was showing that his brothers and his mother and father were bowing down to him in a dream. And of course, like I said before, is rarely welcome, always criticized, but it never changes. And that's what happened. Exactly what his dream said, and when he was younger is what happened. His brothers bowed before him, and you're just like, oh, but his father didn't bow to him yet, but it's going to happen. Just wait. Joseph said, so his brothers had mentioned to make Joseph believe them that they weren't lying. His brothers said, oh, we have a younger brother and a father at home, and we want to bring grain back to them. And Joseph was like, oh, you have a younger brother? Of course Joseph knows that they have a younger brother. Like, Joseph was alive. Joseph was still in with them when Benjamin was born, so he was just like, okay, he misses his brother, so of course he's like, okay, bring Benjamin. But they don't know that Joseph is Joseph yet. They don't recognize Joseph, because Joseph is all Egypted up. He got the cat eye that y'all ladies be trying to get. He got that cat eye, and he got like the shaved head, and he got the crown. He looks completely Egyptian, like he can't tell. Like, he looks like completely Egyptian. And then Joseph said, well, go get your brother. So they went to go get their brother, and Jacob was like, nah. Jacob's the father of all of them. Jacob was like, nah. Like, Benjamin's the only one I have. Jacob still doesn't know that they sold Joseph into slavery. He doesn't know that. And he said, Benjamin's the only one I have of Rachel. And Rachel died giving birth to Benjamin, as you guys would know if you watched the other video. He died, so that's the only part of Rachel, and Rachel was his favorite. That was the wife that he was supposed to have, and he got cheated out of that, but that's another story. They started running out of grain, they started running out of food, and he was like, Jacob was like, okay, go back and get more food, but they were like, we told you that we can't go back without Benjamin. And then Jacob finally yields in, and they go back with Benjamin. Jacob didn't want to hear the truth, so the truth is rarely welcome, because he really did not want to hear that he had to give up his last child of Rachel to go back, and it's always criticized. The truth is always criticized, because he definitely was probably like, I think he wasn't being very nice to them when he was saying no. Anyways, and yet never changing, because the truth never changed. They would not be able to go get back and get grain without Benjamin. So the truth was not going to change. It was just truth. That was what they were telling him the truth, even though they didn't tell him the truth about what really happened to Joseph. But anyways, that's another thing. Now they decide to be truthful, whatever. So they get to Egypt with Benjamin, and then Joseph playing games again. He puts his silver goblet in Benjamin's bag so he can say, ooh, you stealing, to Benjamin, and he would be able to keep Benjamin, because of course Benjamin is his little brother and he misses him, and he's the only brother that didn't hate Joseph, so he's like, I want him to stay with me. And that was like his sneaky way of doing that without actually letting his brothers know who he is. But the other brothers were like, no, because our father will die from grief. Take us instead. So Joseph seeing this, breaks down crying, and he goes in the room, breaks down crying, and then eventually he reveals himself to his brothers, but that's another chapter and everything like that. And he reveals himself to his brothers, and he tells his brothers to go get his father and tell him to bring them back. The dream that he had when he was out of slavery, when he was with his family, about including his father bowing down to him, was fulfilled because his father came to Egypt and he was below Joseph because Joseph was the ruler of Egypt. And again, Joseph's dad, Jacob, did not want to hear the word of God telling. At first he did eventually agree with it, but at first he was like, nah, I don't really agree. So again, the truth is rarely welcome. Always criticized, but never changing, because it's gonna come to pass.